Hi! Welcome back to my channel. This is another cooking adventure episode. I make food and you watch it and you tell me what you think about it. Seems simple, right? This is a ground beef rice bowl. As you probably know, if you've seen my first episode of this series, I love eating rice. Rice bowls are the best. I used to have HelloFresh meals. I don't anymore because it became too expensive for me. And the whole having a dog and having a doorbell, it didn't work. It didn't work with us. So I took it on myself to remake all the HelloFresh recipes that I have collected for 3 years or 4 years, I don't remember. And that's this series. It's not much, but I enjoy cooking, and I will try to keep my rambling at a minimum and stick to the facts of what I am doing in this recipe. And if not, you can just mute me and just look at what I'm doing. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So enjoy me making a ground beef rice bowl. And if you're vegan, you can use plant-based ground beef. Is that a thing? Plant-based version of it. I love making food. Enjoy. I am completely out of it. No, I always start out by cutting the food into small pieces, like as small as I can do it. I don't know why I always start with the carrots. I think maybe it's because Ringo loves carrots. I love Pak Choi. It's some kind of Chinese celery cabbage that I knew nothing about before I started getting these HelloFresh meals. I love the crispiness of them and the fact that it repeats in so many HelloFresh meals. It's just, I think Pak Choi is a spring, summer, fall kind of veggie because I can never find it in winter. Of course, in my local store, it's a big chain, so I think it's kind of so I think it's lab grown, not freshly grown, but that's okay as long as I can get it because it's delicious. I really love it. And I love the sound of the word Pak Choi. Pak Choi. That always makes me laugh. I don't know why. It's just, what? What a noise. Pak Choi. It's amazing. I want to cut my veggies as fast as possible without cutting my fingers at the same time because, you know, my husband enjoys when I don't have cut fingers. He's so overprotective in that regard that he almost wants to cut the veggies himself. But I am kind of a B word in the kitchen, so I don't let people help me that much. Even though I love getting help. It's amazing to get help in the kitchen, but they should do what I say, not what they think is right. As I'm rewatching this video, I have a question. Do you take off your rings, your jewelry when you cook? The couple first months I was married, I took the ring off every single time I did anything. But now I'm like, I forget to take it off. I only take it off at night now because I can't sleep with jewelry on. After I cook the Pak Choi, I wash them in a big sieve. Mostly because I think, and that's just me, I think it's easier to remove all the dirt and bugs and stuff after I cut it. It's the smaller the better. I also avoid the getting wet veggies on my cutting board. I use coconut oil in all my cooking. I used to use butter, but I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't do that anymore. I'm trying to go more plant-based in my diet, cooking something, but it's so hard when meat is so delicious. I mean, have you tried bacon? Bacon is everything, and I wish I could eat it more. While I am cooking the beef, I am putting lime juice in. It's going to soak into the meat while the meat is cooking. I don't really know if it really makes a difference, but I feel like it tastes different. When the meat is almost done, I mix in the poppy seeds so they can get the best chance of getting a little roasted too. And then I add the carrots. I love carrots. They're my favorite veggie. It's almost always in my food. But I don't eat it as much as some people in this world. Some people we don't talk about on this channel because they're scumbags. Moving on. After about 2 minutes of cooking the ground beef and the poppy seed and the carrots, I add some barbecue sauce. Not too much because I don't want barbecue sauce to be the only thing you can taste. And then here and there I add more lime juice. So in total I use 1.5 real lime Then after another 2 minutes, it's always 2 minutes with me, I don't know what that's about. Then I add the Pak Choi. God, I still love that word, it's still funny. I want to wait as long as possible to cook the Pak Choi. I still want it to be cooked as a veggie, but I want to keep the crispiness of the veggie. It's the best feeling of that veggie. In this batch, I have to add the Pak Choi a little at a time because I added a little extra carrot than I usually do, and there's limit to my wok, how much there can be in it. And then of course I added soy sauce because soy sauce is delicious. I always add it right before the sweet chili sauce. I love sweet chili sauce, that is delicious. And then the chili mayo is the last ingredients before I pull the rice in. It keeps it all together, especially if you freeze it down and then take it up again. It still feels like this is a fresh meal, and I love that. Before the rice, I love having a rice cooker because, yeah, I don't know, it makes my life easier. I never burn my rice. When I used to boil it in a pot, it almost always burned. I pour some veggie liquid, yeah, that's a word, into the rice cooker bowl to loosen up the rice in the bottom. It makes it just easier for me to pour the rice over into the wok, and then I start to stir it all together. And at this point, my love for cooking a big meal is over. I'm starting to get tired in my head. I am so hungry because it almost always takes half an hour to 45 minutes to cook. And this is where, when my husband is home, I ask him to stir the food because I cannot be bothered anymore. I am so sick of making dinner. I mix it all together until all rice is covered. Because I know if I leave a single rice white, it gives me an excuse to give the dog a snack. And he's not supposed to beg for our food. This is human food. He shouldn't have human food. I serve every meal at 300 to 310 grams. That's about 10 ounces for you people that understand that measurement. I do not understand that measurement. I googled the whole measurement conversion thing. What the heck is up with pounds? That did not make sense. Grams make sense, ounces make sense. So 300 to 310 grams is about 10 ounces. You can Google yourself if you want to know how many pounds 300 grams is. I'm not a teacher here. When you look at it, it's not the most beautiful food like on the picture that HelloFresh recipes brings. They are really styling it up to make this look as delicious as possible. But the way that the picture is, I would never cook like that. That is not how my food looks, and it never will. If I wasn't a little crazy, you probably wouldn't have clicked on this video. I mean, you've seen the thumbnail. That was... It was weird because my dog thought that I had food for him because I keep his snacks in the same container, but it was rice. And he knows rice is good because I sometimes give him rice. And I'm sitting on the floor taking this picture, holding a bag of rice, and trying to take a picture and trying to fend off a dog that really wants the snack that he doesn't know is not coming. We went for a walk afterwards and then he had a snack. It was a good day, but that was a lot of work just taking one picture. Okay, rambling. I hope it makes you hungry enough to want to try the recipe yourself. Yes, that's it. Keeping it short so you won't get bored.